Let us understand how to use mongoDB as a data source for Spark SQL. Before getting in, we need to have an understanding on what is mongoDB. MongoDB is a NoSQL database, which is a document-based NoSQL database which provides very high scalability and very high availability. And it shards the data automatically across multiple machines. It is very rich in query processing. The horizontal scalability of the mongoDB makes sure we can have a number of machines and have huge volume of data can be handled within mongoDB. And mongoDB is a document-based database. It has a collection of databases. So within collection of databases, I'll be having a number of collections. Collection is analogous to the table that we have within RDBMS. Within collection, we will have a number of document. Document is analogous to the records we have within RDBMS. And each document will have a collection of key value pair. A key will be unique to the document. Value could be anything, a single element or a collection of elements. I'm going to have a mongoDB registered with a trial account from a website called mlab. I already have an account with mlab.com, which provides a test account with a small capacity. Let me log into my own account. So this is my database. So within database, I can have a number of collections. So these are all the collections, and I have downloaded a sample data from this specific location, media.mongodb or .json. This is a JSON file. I'm going to use this particular JSON file to populate as a collection within mongoDB. To do that, I need the libraries of mongoDB. So already I have installed. I'll show the steps how to do the installation of mongoDB. MongoDB can be downloaded from this specific location. So whatever the latest version, you can download using wget package. So this is the unzip file. Once the download is done, I'll be unzipping it. I have unzipped the MongoDB in this specific location. So I have a bin folder. The bin folder is having the commands to import any content into the MongoDB or do a bulk import or a dump into the MongoDB. I'm going to use this particular command, mongo import. So to recognize this particular command, I'm going to add this particular path into the path of this particular system. I have exported the path where the MongoDB is installed, the bin folder along with the path. So whenever I give the command mongo import, it's going to ask what is the collection that I wanted to import against what database. So I'm going to import this particular collection into my database, mongo import. What is the database? So database is this specific information. This is the database that I have for my user and my user ID, password I'll be providing. So mongo import, then the host. What is the host name? The one that we saw now, I'm going to add that. And the database name is Spark Mongo, and the collection name, it should get imported as zips 5, and the user and the file that I wanted to import, I'll be mentioning that particular file location. So this is the JSON file I had downloaded from the MongoDB website. It's going to ask for the password. Let me provide the password. It will connect to the database running in this particular host with the user ID and the password that I have provided, and this particular collection should get imported into the database. So I should have another collection. Collection is very similar to the table that we have within RDBMS. Once the import is done, I should have that particular collection as zip5. So I have the database. Let me go ahead and verify. I have the zip as 5. And here I can create the users. Whatever the user that I wanted to connect with, I can create the user. So I have the database, I have the collection zip s5. Now I'm going to read this particular collection from the Spark SQL. So I'm going to open the Spark shell to import the data. MongoDB provides a Spark connector So I can provide that particular package with what package I wanted to connect with. So I'll provide the Spark shell, and then the package that I wanted to connect with. Spark shell automatically it will resolve all the dependent jar files and import all the jar files. First time when it is getting imported, it's going to take little longer time. Since already it's imported, it will verify whether all the dependent jar files are available, and it will start the Spark shell. So it should have all the Racket class files as a part of reference. Now I can import those classes as a part of com.mongodb.spark. I'm going to import all the classes, and within the package read config, I'm going to import all the package. Now I'm going to create a read configuration, how this particular configuration should be provided to the MongoDB. As a part of the API, within the package that I have imported, I have a method called read that's going to add a custom reader, and I need to provide the configuration to this particular Mongo read package. I need to create a read configuration object which will have the URL where the MongoDB is located, as well as the collection that I wanted to read. So I'm going to provide the details. I'm creating a read configuration object where I'm going to pass a map. Map will have the key value pair. The URI will have the details about what is the collection, what is the database that I wanted to read, and which database, and what is the host name. And I'm providing the password. So the Spark SQL is the username, and password I'm providing the host name, and the collection that I wanted to read. The collection be named it as zip as 5. And read preference primary preferred. So that's going to be the primary machine where it is going to read from. Since MongoDB provides the replication as well, it can maintain multiple copies. So always it will try to read from the primary copy that it has within the MongoDB. It's going to provide me a data frame. Now it's going to provide me the read configuration object. So I will create a data frame using the Spark session. I'm going to call the read method, and this MongoDB comes from the class that we have as a part of the package that we have included. I'll provide the configuration. So it's going to connect to the database with the user ID, password, host name, and it will try to read that specific collection. That would result me a data frame. Now I can print the schema of this particular data frame. And if I want to see the values, I can see these values as well. Data frame.show. So once if I have the data frame, then further I can do any processing in terms of slicing, dicing, adding columns, filtering, grouping, anything that I want, I can do against the data frame. I do have the data. And in case if I wanted to display the entire content, if I don't want this to get suppressed, I can provide false. So within show method, if I pass the boolean false, it's not going to hide any lengthy content. The entire content as it is, it's going to get displayed. So in the summary, we had a collection within the MongoDB database, and using Spark SQL, I read the collection from the MongoDB and brought that into the Spark SQL as a data frame. Once if I have this particular structured data, I can do any further processing with this particular data frame I can do. And the status about these particular jobs I can verify from the web UI of the Spark shell. So these are all the tasks that got executed. What are all the different stages, how it got executed, what was the DAG cycle that got generated, how many tasks got executed. We can verify from this specific UI.